morning, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. Today I want to take you through a typical day in my life in the first trimester. I'm 10 weeks and 1 day today, so a couple of updates that I want to go through today, but I want to show you also kind of what I'm eating. I'm drinking my regular coffee. I haven't been doing any syrups or sugar. I had to do that for a while because I couldn't stomach the taste of coffee, but I don't know what it is, but now I'm just drinking my regular cup. So I drink that right away like usual, and I'm so hungry in the mornings. Before pregnancy, I would drink my coffee and be able to go a couple of hours without eating, but during pregnancy, I'm hungry right away. So I drank this at 7, did some computer work. It's 8 o'clock now and I need to eat. It's a super gloomy day out, so I'm sorry for the lighting. This has been my breakfast for the past few days. It's cheese cubes, grapes with hummus, and some kind of cracker. Today we're doing Cheez-Its because that's all we have. And this is my first breakfast of the day. I want something a little bit lighter, not too heavy, not too carb heavy, because I've been eating a lot of carbs throughout the day. So let's go ahead and eat this. Okay, I just changed into some gym clothes, literally nothing fancy, just this t-shirt that I cut to be like a little crop and my Gymshark leggings. I'm so exhausted. Just that little bit of work, doing the laundry, getting dressed, putting some makeup on is so exhausting nowadays. In my Stanley cup, I've been putting a little bit of lemon juice every day just to help me drink more water, because for some reason water tastes weird. It's not terrible, but I would just rather have something with a little citrus in it. It just sits better. I'm actually going on a trip tomorrow, my first trip while pregnant. I'm going by myself to visit my friend Jenna and Selena in Washington, D.C. That's where Jenna lives. And then Selena used to live there, then she moved to Oregon, so she's flying in as well. We're just gonna do like a girls' weekend. Just a quick 3-day trip, but it is more chilly because I live in South Florida. I'm not used to chilly weather, and it's like gonna be between the 40s and the 50s, so I need to pack some clothes. I'm gonna bring my travel backpack, of course. This is my go-to. You guys know this is from Amazon, but the brand is Kenneth Cole, and it has a laptop sleeve and a bunch of storage, and it also has a strap to put on your suitcase, which is like a must for me. And then I'm pretty sure I store my carry-on in here. So let me look in here. Oh, it is perfect. Little carry-on. It's a Samsonite. I think I got it from Marshall's, and this is what I'm talking about. So it sits on your suitcase, so when you roll it around, you don't have to carry it on your back. If you're new here, I only work 3 days a week. I don't work on Mondays or Thursdays, and today's a Thursday. That's why I'm able to be home and do stuff around the house, go to the gym, and kind of collect myself. But yeah, I only work 3 days a week, and it's been so nice during pregnancy. I wish I was working less during this time, but I think it's also good to push myself and kind of push myself to do normal things like work, go to the gym, even when I'm not feeling my best, because it's a good distraction, gets me out of my head a little bit. So anyways, I'm gonna start packing a little bit and then get ready for the gym, eat something. Okay, it's 10:20 basically, and I'm getting ready for the gym. I'm gonna have a little snack. I'm gonna have a couple of these sea salt potato chips just because they taste really, really good and I'm craving them, and a little bit of carb is good before the gym. And then I'm also gonna chug this Core Power protein shake. I'm not really into eggs right now. I just can't stomach them. So I'm trying to get my protein where I can from cheese. Cheese has been so good. So I've been having to do the progesterone and oil shots every single morning, and I got some really, really good news yesterday at my 10-week OBGYN appointment. I finally got to go to the regular OBGYN. I graduated. That's what they call it when you graduate from the fertility clinic to a regular OBGYN. So I had my scan yesterday, and he was like, typically you stop a lot of your transfer meds at 10 weeks. And I was like, no way, let me see. So I messaged my IVF clinic and they were like, yeah, stop the progesterone shots and stop all the estrogen that you're on, because I'm on the estrogen patches as well as estrogen pills. And if I didn't message them, I would still be doing these shots until 13 weeks because I was under the impression that it was 13 weeks. I think somebody had told me that and it just kind of stuck in my brain. So I ordered all of these medications. Every couple of weeks you run out and you have to order more. So I ordered a bunch of the progesterone vials and a bunch of these estrogen patches. And now I have so much extra and I don't know what to do with them. I feel so bad. Like, I don't like wasting medications, not only monetarily, but it's just so like wasteful, and it's illegal to sell them, or like you really can't give them to people. Something to keep in mind if you're doing IVF, just check ahead of time when you're stopping your medications so that you don't order too much, because that'll save you a lot of money. I actually just got another delivery of progesterone suppositories. For those who care, this may be a little too niche, but I was doing the progesterone shots in the butt every day until yesterday, as well as the progesterone suppositories. So these are pills that you put inside you. I was doing 4 a day. So they said I could either do the shots or the pills for another 2 weeks. So I'm choosing the pills, of course. So we're done with the shots. Yay! I'm so happy, you guys. I have literal, like, you can't really tell on camera, but I have lumps on both sides of my butt that were not there before, and I'm hoping that they go away over time because the oil just kind of accumulates in your muscle. It's not fun. So I'm basically weaning off all my medications. Super happy. I graduated. Let me show you my ultrasound. This is my ultrasound from my 10-week appointment. These are not great photos. I'll insert the video, but you could see the baby moving so much. It was crazy. I got so emotional. I just cannot believe at such a young age they are so active. You can see all 4 limbs, hands, feet at 10 weeks. Baby is the size of a ping pong ball, which is so huge. But it's so interesting because he tried to do an over the belly ultrasound and he couldn't find my uterus because my uterus is like retroverted and to the side and to the back. So he was freaking out. He was like, you gave me palpitations when I tried to do the over the belly. So we had to do the intravaginal, which is fine. I'm used to it by now. So that's how we were able to get these images. I don't think I told you this, but when we had our first ultrasound, they didn't give us a picture like this. So for my pregnancy announcement photo shoot, I had to go to CVS, get it printed. Let me see if I still have them. Yeah, so for my pregnancy announcement, I used this. I printed it at CVS on glossy paper because my clinic printed them on regular like printer paper. And I was like, bro, this is not aesthetic. This is not good for like pregnancy photo shoot. So I asked them to print it on like the traditional like 4 squares, and they were like, we can't do that. Like their devices are like more high tech or something. So they print on regular paper. So I had to kind of like finagle my way and get this one made by myself, which is not a big deal, but just something quirky. Yeah, this isn't a great image. The video is so much better, but either way, I'll put it right here. I only have 1 magnet. That's not. Whatever.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Can I please do 3 soft taco supremes?
Okay.
And 1 spicy potato soft taco.
That be all?
That's it.
Is everything clear on your screen?
Yes. Yes, I just got Taco Bell, okay? The pregnancy cravings are real. And I wouldn't say that they're cravings, it's just more so that's what I want to eat right now, and I have an excuse because I'm pregnant. I actually had a meeting with a dietitian recently through this service called Nourish, and it was completely free to me because my insurance covers it, and most people's insurances, you're able to meet with dietitians for free. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I met with one and it was so cool. So I want to share a little bit about that because eating while you're pregnant is just such a hard thing. So I wanted a little bit of guidance, and Nourish is partnering with me in today's video, and I think it's one of the coolest brands that I've ever worked with because it really does make a difference in people's lives, and it's 0 cost for most people. So I met with my dietitian and she helped me come up with a meal plan and snack ideas and have a little bit of structure to keep me motivated, because that's my biggest struggle when it comes to cooking and eating healthy. It's not that I don't want to eat healthy or I don't have like food in the house. this. It's just, I'm too lazy, and when I don't feel like I have a plan for the week is when I know that I'm gonna fail. I told her, I was like, hey, I want to eat healthy for the most part, but I'm still gonna get my Taco Bell every once in a while. I'm still gonna, eat fast food here and there. And she was like, that's totally okay. It's all about balance. My breakfast this morning could have been a lot worse. So that to me is really, really good. Her idea was actually to do snack plates, and I've been like obsessed with snack plates lately. So Nourish is the easiest way to find a dietitian and to have it be covered for you. 94% of people get free sessions with Nourish with your insurance. I didn't think I would be covered. I have Aetna and it was covered. Like, I didn't have to pay absolutely anything to see my dietitian, and I think that's the coolest thing ever. We pay so much for health insurance here in the US, so we might as well take advantage of it and use all of these services that we can. They accept hundreds of insurance plans in all 50 states, and they have hundreds of dietitians specializing in different things like weight management, gut health, fertility, which is what I chose. So my person was really, really knowledgeable about endometriosis, which is what I struggle with, and she gave me some tips of foods to eat, foods to avoid to lower inflammation. She also gave me some really good pregnancy advice of foods to eat, foods to avoid, nutrients that I need to make sure that I'm getting and whatnot. And it's all online, so you can do it in the comfort of your own home. The advice that they give you is sustainable, so they're not going to promote crazy diets or fads or trends or anything like that. So yeah, the code is usenourish.com/Rachel. Definitely check it out. You have nothing to lose. It's most likely going to be free. You can just plug in your insurance and see if it's going to be free for you. It tells you instantly. There's no like prior authorization or anything, which is amazing. So make sure to check them out. I want to tell you guys my symptoms. My first ever pregnancy symptoms post embryo transfer. It's a very common question because people going through IVF feel like we overthink everything, and right after transfer we want to know what to look for as signs that it actually worked. So I have a bunch of notes on my phone. I wrote every single thing down because I knew I wanted to talk about this. Very first symptom that I had was 4 days past transfer. I didn't feel anything out of the ordinary on transfer day or for the 3 days afterwards, besides having a sore chest, which happened before transfer because of all of the hormones that I was on. That symptom started like before I was even pregnant, which is interesting. So the first thing I wrote down, this may not actually be relevant, but 4 days past transfer, I had a very deep itch in my foot that wouldn't go away in the middle of the night. Like, I've never felt this deep of an itch. I couldn't scratch it. No matter what I did, I couldn't get rid of this itch. It was like itching my bone. I don't know how to describe it, but that could have been just a coincidence, but I wrote it down because that was the first thing that was out of the ordinary. Then 5 days past transfer, I had this like faint feeling of queasiness / uneasiness in my stomach. I couldn't pinpoint it at the time. I didn't know if I was making it up. It was so light and it wasn't overwhelming at all, but it was enough for me to like write it down. And I had dull cramping on and off throughout 5 and 6 days past transfer. Nothing as serious as a period cramp. Maybe like those couple of days before your period when you're expecting your period and you have like the lightest cramps ever. That's kind of what I felt 5 and 6 days past. Okay, 7 days past transfer, I had a few more intense cramps that lasted a few seconds. So this kind of started to worry me. I was like, okay, either this is implantation cramping or my uterus is like expelling this embryo, because it was a little bit more intense, but it only lasted a couple seconds and it only was a couple of times that day. So it wasn't too worrisome. But yeah, cramping is a main theme. For the first couple of weeks, I would have on and off super light cramping, and I know that's super common, so don't freak out if that's something you experience, whether you're doing IVF or a natural pregnancy. That is very common. That just means that the embryo is implanting into the uterus and it's doing its job. As long as you're not having any major bleeding, like red, heavy flow, should be fine. Vivid dreams every night since 4 and 5 days past transfer. So this kind of has calmed down at this point, but for the first couple of weeks of pregnancy, starting 4 days past transfer, I would have vivid dreams every single night, and I'm not a huge dreamer. So I would dream maybe once a week historically, but at this time it was every night, vivid dreams. Like, I would wake up and be like, oh my gosh, that felt so real. I don't even remember what any of them were at this point, but I just remember that was crazy to me, and I know it's a common pregnancy symptom, and I felt so good that I was experiencing that. Like, it was just so reassuring to me to have those vivid dreams. Okay, then I started having a small amount of brown spotting. This was kind of on and off up until like week 7, week 8 of pregnancy. I don't know if this is from the pregnancy or from the progesterone suppositories that I've been doing. I have to do 4 a day, so that's a lot of irritation around the cervix. So that's probably why I was spotting. And then I had light red spotting on 9 days past transfer, and this one kind of made me freak out a little bit. I went to the bathroom and then I wiped, and there was bright red blood on the toilet paper. But after a couple of dabs, like, it wasn't a heavy flow at all. And I messaged my nurses and they were like, yeah, that's normal as long as it's not a super heavy flow and you're not having a lot of like intense cramping. That's completely normal. So that put my mind at ease a lot. My first food-related symptom was that coffee did not taste good at 8 days past transfer. I would drink 1 sip and then put it to the side because it like grossed me out. It didn't taste the same. It tasted like metallic and weird. That was crazy because I love coffee. I drink it first thing in the morning, like I was saying earlier, but that only lasted like a week or so. Either I got over it or I'm pushing through it because now I'm drinking my regular cup of coffee. And I found out I was officially pregnant on 4 days past transfer. I have a video of me finding out that I'm pregnant. We had a faint line on night 3 past transfer, but day 4 was when I was like, okay, this is a for sure line. It's darker than the previous night, and that was kind of like the confirmation. That's when it kind of hit me. So I really didn't have any symptoms before that test showed up. Like, it's not like the night before I was having vivid dreams. Like, none of this stuff started until after I actually saw the pregnancy test, if that makes sense, which I feel like is super normal. A lot of these things of like how I knew I was pregnant, that might be for someone who isn't testing right away, someone who is maybe conceiving naturally and they don't test until after their missed period. But if you're doing IVF, you find out so early that it's almost impossible to have symptoms before you test, because we're testing like literally the second we know we can get a positive, we're testing. So it's not like we're gonna have symptoms before that, if that makes sense. So it's not like I knew I was pregnant before I knew I was pregnant, but these were my first symptoms that I did experience. Then I had a couple of moments of pregnancy brain, or just dumb moments. These are just fun things to recall. I don't know if it's actually from pregnancy or me just being stupid. I made a full protein shake without protein and I didn't realize it until I was like halfway done drinking it, which is crazy. It was like the wrong color, wrong consistency, and I still didn't realize it. And then another thing I did, I made like this butter garlic sauce for salmon that I make all the time, and I put the wrapper with the butter in the pan to melt it, and I didn't realize it until way later. So those both happened on the same day, which was crazy. I lost 3 pounds by 12 days past transfer. I was down 3 pounds. My appetite really wasn't there. So I had a decreased appetite for a little bit, but now it's like way back up. So I am like swinging the other way. I'm up 3 pounds actually from my starting weight, like pre-pregnancy. And then at 6 weeks basically is when my nausea and queasiness started like full force. Extreme fatigue. For example, that night I wrote that I slept 10 hours and I could still take a nap right after waking up. Like, I would wake up, drink my coffee, and be like, I need to go take a nap, which is crazy. I was yawning so much. I wrote down that I'm tired of yawning, because when you're so tired, your brain yawns for some reason, and I was yawning like every minute of the day, and it was really annoying. Looking back, like I'm not as tired as I was at 6 weeks, which I'm so grateful for. I'm still super tired in general, but not this extreme. And then the last thing I wrote down was that the fridge tastes, can I speak? The fridge smells terrible. Absolutely terrible. Whenever I open the fridge, I have to like hold my breath because I just can't stand the smell. So yeah, those were the first pregnancy symptoms from 4 days past transfer, my first symptom, to current day. I hope that was helpful or just interesting to hear someone else's perspective. Okay, it's been a few days. I forgot to finish this vlog, but I wanted to give you a bump date. Not much to show here. When I'm recording this clip, I am 11 weeks, 1 day, so it's been a little bit since I picked up the camera, but this is what we're working with. In the morning, I already had breakfast. Yeah, it's much more pronounced at night. I'll insert a photo of when I went on my trip that I was talking about. I just got back, and at nighttime, it's just like so much bigger. It's crazy. But yeah, definitely starting to protrude a little bit, especially towards the lower area. I can't really fit into my scrubs. I mean, I can, it's just super uncomfortable. So I've been wearing my like wider leg scrubs. Yeah, so that's super exciting. But yeah, just wanted to end off this video. My next video is going to be a week in my life. I filmed I started filming when I went on the trip the next day, and throughout like this whole week I'm still filming for that video, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. Thank you so much for sticking around for this chatty video. Hoping to get back into some like regular weekly vlogs, work days, just like regular content. So also wanted to address something really quick. Lots of questions about the puppy. Before I announced my pregnancy, the last kind of video I put out was prepping for our puppy. We were waiting to get our puppy, and we have our puppy. I just wanted to put that out there. We do have our puppy. He's with us. He's well. He's part of the family. His name is Roman, and I don't know, I've been hesitant to share because a lot of people have opinions about the kind of dog we have, and I just don't really want to hear any sort of comments about dog. I'll share eventually. Of course I will. Like, I can't keep him a secret forever, but I've been enjoying these first couple of weeks with him and AJ and just kind of like adjusting to our new routine. So I will share eventually. At the moment, I just want the focus to be everything else, and I don't want to deal with any negativity. But yeah, so just please refrain from commenting about that, because it just puts me in a really weird headspace. I don't know why. I just want positivity right now. And I appreciate you guys sticking to the end of this video. If you're hearing this, you're probably an OG subscriber, or you care a little bit, at least a little bit, about my life and who I am. So yeah, we'll share eventually, but he is well and everything is well, thank God. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to see daily posts, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.